often the case for animals that use hollows, is they'll use the smallest possible hole that they can fit through. Now we'll just grab a bit of this. So, measure it up. Yeah. Just having a bit of trouble with the fly wire. A bit fiddly this bit, but we'll get over it. It's just because of the way it's been packed up. So I'll see if I roll it the other way, whether that might work. That might be a bit better. Yep, that's working. Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. So the PVC pipe is supposed to last 80 years, and 80 years out of the ground, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, what it would look like in 80 years' time. It's hard to imagine, but your typical sort of plywood nest box, mine are starting to last a little bit better, longer as I build them better, but they usually last about 10 years, so this is a huge improvement on that. And there's a special way of installation as well that increases that lifespan quite well. So anyway, I'll just so now you can see we've sort of got a neat fit with the fly wire finally. Don't know if I'm messing with your focus, but that's all you need. You just want it to sort of be flush with the top, and then this section we're now going to clean up and cut. So I'll show you that. You just don't want it to move too much while you're doing that bit. It's pretty tight in there, so it should work. Now I'm just clearing the entrance ways. Almost done. Okay. So as you can see, it uses pretty simple tools, and it doesn't have to be all that precise, so anyone can do it. We often build these with young kids in primary schools and things like that, so it's a good design for that reason. And there's another thing, actually, another aspect that I've changed about typical bat boxes, and that is that usually in traditional style boxes for bats, they'll have a removable roof, which you pull off to inspect what's going on inside. And I found the first times that I used that method, the bats were often quite disturbed, and they'd rush down to the bottom of the box and sometimes even fly away. So what I do now is I leave the top permanently in place, and I'm not measuring and counting bats. I just usually identify the species and give a rough estimate just by looking in of how many there are, and when they get in there. So I don't need to remove them from the box, and that means all I have to do is have a removable floor, which you can take off while the box is in the tree, and then you just shine a torch up there, and it means the bats are far less disturbed, because they actually usually inhabit the top third of the box, which is, because heat rises, they'll often be huddling up there together. So to take off the lid is quite a major disturbance. I think taking off the floor has been a big improvement. It allows me to inspect the boxes quite regularly, and the bats don't seem to mind at all. It also means that when I take excursions through the park, I can show groups of kids the bats up in the boxes when they don't have to climb ladders, and they don't have to get too close to the bats, so it works quite well that way.